Welcome back to the Black Sheep channel. Black Sheep here. Today's video is a prepper video and it is aimed directly at the go bag contents. We're talking about 8 things that are super cheap right now or free right now that will be priceless when you need it. If SHTF happens, if the balloon goes up, if the super volcano goes off, if whatever happens afterwards, these items are priceless, are cheap today. You don't give them a second thought, but after, they'll be priceless. Number 1 on the list, salt and pepper, or seasoning, if you want to say that. Little seasoning packets we get for free when we go eat at a restaurant, fast food. They're free. That's how cheap salt and pepper are. After SHTF, think about it, people are going to be eating, prepping food, you're going to be eating what you can find, you're going to be killing your food or trapping your food or catching your food, whole different kind of taste experience, and Americans, especially American diet, is used to a lot of salt in their diet. So salt, going to be worth its weight in gold, definitely. That's probably not a new idea. I've seen a couple other preppers mention salt and putting salt away as a prep, definitely. But something to have in your go bag, little salt packets, definitely. One other thing along those lines that isn't very expensive today, pick your pain reliever, aspirin, whatever or not. We like the Advil here at the Black Sheep channel. It works for the Black Sheep's headaches. So Advil, pretty cheap when you go to Meijer or Walmart and pick them up in the big bottles. After SHTF, when the shelves are bare and you're aching because you've been hauling this silly pack around for however long you had to get to your camp, or you've been chopping firewood all day, or you've been hunting or fishing or building a shelter, you're going to have some body aches, and these things are going to be worth their weight in gold. At least for this old body. At 50 years old, I'm not as fit as I was when I was 20. So when you're a 20-year-old, maybe you can handle the pains at 20 better than 50. That's a whole other video. That's a whole other topic. Aspirin or pain reliever. On that same vein, if you have allergies, the older I get, it seems like the more allergies I'm getting, and the wife has some bad allergies. If your allergies are hitting you hard, you're going to be kind of hard-pressed to be productive in your group. So allergy medication, again, cheap right now, super cheap. You can go to Walmart or whatever and get it for $1.99 or whatever you can get it for the over-the-counter. I think this is the Benadryl equivalent. And it'll store for a decent long period of time if you keep it cool and dry. But worth its weight in gold if you need it, right? You've got to be productive in your group. You can't just be sneezing and wheezing and giving away your position and such. One other thing, let's think a little bit about inspiration for this video. I was thinking about the Denzel Washington movie, Book of Eli. If you haven't seen that one, oof, even if you're not a prepper, see that movie. Awesome movie. Denzel always puts in an excellent performance. I consider myself a pretty seasoned moviegoer and enjoy my movies, and it's rare for a movie to get one by me where I'm surprised by something in a movie. And don't spoil it for anybody if you haven't seen this movie. See Book of Eli, Denzel Washington, and Mila Kunis. Also an exceptional performance by her. She's a very talented actress and beautiful as well. So are you, Denzel. Dreamy eyes. But I digress. I digressed. But in that movie, the wet wipes. There's a scene in that movie where it shows how precious these things are. If you haven't taken a bath or a shower in days or weeks even, this is how you're going to take your bath if it's a bad enough scenario. And in Book of Eli it was a bad scenario. And these things were used like currency in that movie. And they're cheap now. They're almost giveaways, as I said. But wet wipes or its equivalent, worth its weight in gold later. Something else for the go bag should be in the go bag that's very cheap and has a million uses. Shoelaces. Not just for the obvious reasons. If you're hiking and putting a lot of miles on your feet and you pop a shoelace and break a shoelace, guess what? That's going to make your day miserable. Having a shoelace replacement, worth its weight in gold. Again, cheap as anything today. One more Book of Eli. He did it in the movie as well. Chapstick. If you're out in the environment a lot, cold, windy, warm, dry, you name it, you're going to get some chapped lips, and having some chapstick, and again, so you can see how cheap it is. Wife buys it by the 8 or 12 pack or whatever for a couple of bucks. Worth its weight in gold in a scenario. I think you can also use some of this stuff, petroleum jelly based, as a fire starter if you had to. So, chapstick. Another small item in there for the go bag. These, yeah, you probably can't even see it from that far away, but these little binder clips, I usually hated these things at work. You know, they fold out like this, and then you fold them out and you snap your papers together. These have 1,000,001 uses in your survival bag too. Just like the zip ties. Everybody's got to have zip ties in their go bag. One more thing since I'm reaching over here is a bandana. 1,000,001 uses, from a tourniquet to covering your face, to filtering water, to many other things. If you don't have your, got to have these in too. These are super cheap. Put a couple of these in there. Odds are a dust mask is going to be helpful. Okay, I think I went through real quick 8 things that are downright either cheap or free right now that are without a lot of value in current society, but in a SHTF scenario, they're going to be worth their weight in gold, like I said. One more bonus item to think about. When I thought about putting ourselves in that scenario and say we had a long way to go, the escape vehicle breaks down and we got to hump it, or we got to ride horses, or whatever we got to do to get where we need to be for safety. It's a long, arduous journey. So one more thing, it isn't a lot of money in today's society, isn't a huge investment, but it would be worth its weight in gold to you and your group. The massager. All right, tension right between the shoulders, right there. That's what, $8.99 at Walmart or whatever the heck they are. It doesn't take up a lot of space in the go bag. Come on, would that not be worth its weight in gold? Come on, that felt pretty good. Anyway, as usual, I want to hear from you, the viewer. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. We're running a tubathon right now, a subscriber drive. So we're doing one new video every day for the next 30 days, or it was 30 days, now it's 38 days or something, because we're shooting right through June. We've had such a good response. We've had so many of you subscribing, and we appreciate that. So that's why we're doing this. We're trying to make a better video each day for you, the viewer, and I appreciate that. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, that's the little guy floating down there shooting a Glock. Click on him, subscribe please, share this on social media. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Black Sheep channel.